Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Black Ice with me, Alpha by Omega, an Empire of Japan. So we ended the last episode, if I'm not mistaken, by getting a really nice boost to our production efficiency. We now have the cap at 47%, which, if you remember, we started at 20. So we nearly 2.5 it. We currently have more than double of our starting production efficiency cap, and it shows. We also have way more factories. The only issue that we're going to be facing now is the fact that we actually need to make sure that we have everything we need at the start of the war. To that end, last time we checked on our our equipment, and we found out that the only issue is really just the transport trucks and the white vehicles, who at this point are sitting at 232 days and 623 days. Now we're going to improve this dramatically with more factories, more production, and even more efficiency as it comes, and more factory output bonuses that we're gonna get, but there is still a lot of work to do. Namely, really, it's the trucks. The trucks are where it all comes down to, and the white vehicles. So we have a decent amount dedicated to horse transports, but we need to build a decent stockpile because we'll take a lot of casualties there. We might be able to take out some from the tanks and some of this equipment, and I mean, we'll see. It's all really theoretical until you're in that situation. Other than that, though, we're doing fine. Okay, this needs to fix itself once we unpause the game, but energy-wise, we're doing fine. Rations, okay, those need to fix themselves as well, but we're importing a lot of fuel, if I'm not mistaken. So while our navies are sort of drilling and sort of training, and we're fighting in Spain, where our tank divisions are actually reaching their new destination, from which they're gonna attack the north suburbs of Madrid. So we can do pretty much everything that we want, and we have 120 political power. We could raid local supplies. They would lose a bit of fuel and send us 1,000 infantry equipment. I don't really think we need that. Instead, I think we'll finally get the theorist for the navy, because we need one for the army as well, but the Navy Theorist would be pretty good, giving us some much needed naval experience, because we really don't have too much. And we'll need a ton to keep our Navy up to date. Navy Theorist. Do we have anyone here that would give us capital ship attack? Well, we'll need to get all of these guys eventually, but now it is, because we're doing kind of good with army experience, where we're lacking is navy. So that's one. Yeah, we get like 3 points in a month, which is pretty decent, because we'll need a lot for the upgrades. Well, either way, let's unpause and see what the game brings to us. I always tend to theorize in my head, and then you pretty quickly realize it's not that important. Okay, come the hell on here. What's up with you? $175. Okay, now we're at 185. And what's up with the steel? Okay, now it's fine. The game just needed to take a little bit to think it through. So come on, get in there. You can do it. Oh my god. Infrastructure and mountains. Why the hell is your base value so low? Oh, you're missing the artillery tractors! Oh, I didn't realize that. That's why it took you so long. How bad is it? We needed 142 days. God damn it. I didn't realize what I was doing. Yeah, well, the production is starting up. I was wondering why it took them so long to get there, and now I have my answer. Wait, where are they? Oh, here they are. 2.2 per week, and we're not even at half. Well, actually, we're exactly at half of the efficiency, so we can get to about 4.5 per week. So about 10 weeks. Oh, I mean, slightly more because we're not anywhere near that number yet, but I mean, we'll get there. Can you take the rail? You can. Well, that's much faster, even if we think about the fact that the organization needs to be renewed. Oh, how and why is your organization so low? 1.3, what the hell is going on? Semi-motorized infantry, headquarters detachment, supported. Oh my god, well, okay, that is also an issue. Light artillery gun barrel upgrade, did they change it? Oh, did they change the way this is calculated, or am I just no, I truly screwed it up. Yeah, you guys don't really have as much organization as I thought you did. Motorized, hold on. Let me check it this way. I did a gross miscalculation here that we will need to fix pretty dramatically and quickly. So you have organization of 37 and you have 32. Okay, so it's not such a big difference. It's really that these guys are taking up so much of your organization away. That is really bizarre. Where the hell are you going? Nordic-Baltic Economic Cooperation Agreement. Belgium, Denmark, Finland, Luxembourg, Norway, the Netherlands, and Sweden signed an agreement to develop commercial interchanges among themselves. The agreement was based on the principle expressed in the Oslo Protocol of December 22nd, 1930, and aimed to pursue collaboration among these countries in the economic sphere. The agreement was seen as the means to expanding economic exchanges and reducing barriers to trade. It provided for the abolition of exceptional defensive measures taken by different states to protect themselves from the effects of the crisis, and the adoption of measures conveying guarantees of stability more extensive and precisely in their nature than those arising from the Oslo Convention. The signatories hoped that this agreement would contribute to the maintenance of peace in Europe. Well, okay. What is this? It's a mountain? Yeah, it's a mountain. This is a plains, and this is hills. Okay, I think we can join this fight. Considering your abysmal organization, this is gonna be a really quick one for you. Oh, damn, look at that soft attack. But the organization is really... Yeah, these things are gonna either have to go through or they will just die. Okay, and we finished the light artillery barrel gun upgrade. So next... Oh, we got the combat engineers. Still way ahead of time. So let me get the medium art... Actually, the heavy one? No, let's go with the medium one. To enable heavier guns on lighter carriages, muzzle brakes can be included in howitzer design. So all medium artillery gets extra soft attack, +4 and +1 organization. Oh, that's actually pretty useful. Don't you guys have a little bit of soft... Yeah, you have medium artillery, so this is gonna help. Wait. Did it pertain to motorized medium artillery as well? No. No, that's self-propelled. Ah, okay, self-propelled artillery. But medium artillery should get a bonus. So that's gonna be useful for us, considering how little we have in the way of organization. 1937 Tour de France. The 1937 Tour de France was the 31st edition of the Tour de France, taking place from 30th of June to 25th of July. What are we missing? Rubber, okay. Consisting of 20 stages with a total length of 4,415 kilometers or 2,743 miles. The winner was a French cyclist called Roger Lepebe, coming in at 138 hours. Second place was an Italian cyclist of the name of Mario Vicini. Yep. We're getting very close to the effectiveness of the Soviet Light Armor Division. Amelia Earhart disappears. The famous aviator Amelia Earhart, the first woman to complete a solo, or Earhart, depends on I always heard it like Earhart, but it's pretty probably Earhart. The first woman to complete a solo flight across the Atlantic has disappeared along with her navigator Fred Noonan near Howland Island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. The two were attempting a flight around the entire world in their twin-engined Lockheed Electra plane when they vanished. A search for the missing aviators is now being conducted by the US Navy and Coastal Guard, but there is a little hope of finding them. Well, we all know how that went. Okay, fuel is being imported. Actually, there has been a discussion on, I think, episode 5 about one thing that I haven't really addressed yet. And that's a thing that I haven't really spoken about at all in my playthroughs because I just don't use it much. There is a building here which is called Police Station, which you can build in your states, and they prevent partisan activity. There is only one possible, as it seems, in each of the state, and it lowers resistance growth speed by 10% and lowers required garrison by 5%. But they cost 7,600 construction points, which is about as much as civilian or military factory. Now, the reason why I'm talking about that is that it was suggested that we build some, and I kind of don't think that's a bad idea, but it would require a huge undertaking because you need to build them one in each of these states, and that is a little bit of a nightmare, believe you me. I mean, yeah, you can build them, but just look at how many we would need to build in just the territory that we have. Like in Korea, you would need 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to have an effective coverage. However, there's one thing that came up because I was looking at the occupied territories, and I found out that Korea actually provides a ton of food to us. You can see that their compliance is barely increasing at all at this point, and have a zero resistance. So that is actually pretty good for us. Now the compliance I don't think is changing at all. But what we could do here, they have, Korea, they have 294 resources, and we are able to access 55.1% of those, 162.7. Now, at the start of the war, I'm thinking we might want to jump to, because they really don't have enough factories to justify that, we might jump to forced labor. That's gonna change the amount of units we need to have in Korea from 0.51 to about 2 whole battalions. But we do have the garrison equipment for that, and that could give us enough food for, to balance it out. I don't know, during the war, I think that during the war our demand is actually gonna go up. It's under the mobilization, I think. Food. No, it's not here. So is it? This is limited mobilization, general mobilization. Or was it somewhere else? I thought I saw somewhere that you needed more food, but maybe I was mistaken. But if we don't need more food, then Korea and having actual Having actual forced labor here would give us quite a decent amount of extra resources, plus 40%, which would put us at 95. I mean, the compliance is just going to drop like a rock. There is no question about that. But, you know, it would still be a pretty decent option for us. Yeah, I think that's the one that gives us the most resources. Even if it dropped compliance to, I don't know, 294. I don't know what the minimum is, to be quite honest. If the compliance dropped to 0, and the question is, the dropping compliance is going to start increasing the unrest. We're definitely going to change it for China as we're going to move downwards, because we will need to extract as many resources from China, but it's going to be, it depends on how much garrison equipment we'll be able to hold on to. Well, I just wanted to bring that up because it's something that I didn't consider before building these police stations, and it led me to figuring out that we can actually build a number of things while combining them with being a bit more harsh on our policies. So again, that's just one thing that came up. Okay, we need more factories here, guys. A lot of them. So, please continue constructing. And I think we actually need artillery or engine capacity this way. No, artillery is gonna be useful, and so will engine, but I think I'm gonna switch it like so. We have the Kanto shoe here, so let me just stop it, because we don't need the power plant at all at this point. We just start building more military factories, and I'll just sprinkle in a civilian here, a civilian here. Okay, something like this looks about right. I'm gonna go over there, and the airbase is super cheap, so we're just gonna let it build here, because we'll need to move in more aircraft. We have the light fighters here, which will cover our advancing units, but these 500 need to move somewhere. I don't know how many we'll be able to hold here near Beijing, but we'll deal with that. And the Shanghai invasion, of course, is something that's going to require immediate airbase building as well. Where are my Marines? Are you guys ready? Yeah, you are. What about equipment-wise? 49.21. I think you're doing okay. We're missing the light vehicles though. And some more transports. And some anti-air. Okay, but you know, generally speaking, it's what, 95% of equipment? That's pretty decent for now. Second General Conference of National Committees on Intellectual Cooperation. Speaking of which, what about you guys? You can rejoin the combat, because you were, of course, knocked out. When in August 1922, the International Committee When in August 1922, the International Committee for Intellectual Cooperation held its first meeting in Geneva, it found itself in something of a quandary. The Council of the League of Nations had asked the committee 3 questions. How was scientific documentation to be internationally organized? How was international cooperation in scientific research to be promoted? Did we win? No, we stopped fighting again, while not even joining the fight. How was international cooperation in scientific research to be promoted? And lastly, how was such cooperation to be assured between universities? At its very first meeting, under the chairmanship of Henry Bergson, 2 practical suggestions were put forward. The first was that a general inquiry should be undertaken into the conditions of intellectual life since the war. The second was that assistance should be given to nations whose intellectual life was in danger. Headed currently by Henry Bonnet, it has met for the second time It is hoped that many advances will be made by working together. I think that this gave us some bonuses when we were playing as France, so I'm not sure why it didn't now, but it might be because we're not a member of that. Okay, we finished the upgrade to the gun for our tank, so let's see if we can upgrade the tankettes. I wanted to switch the partial slope to fully sloped, and yes, we can get a better gun here. And that is actually a pretty decent upgrade to a lot of stats. It's minor, but it's there. We don't have the radio though, or anything else here. Could we give you a little bit of a stronger engine though? This is a 40 HP gasoline engine. If we gave you the 51. Oh, but then the upgrade starts going up really dramatically. And I don't think it's worth it. That's not such a big difference. Coil spring. New spring with increased reliability, which is pretty abysmal. Simple gearbox. You have a rivet. Right, armor is riveted. If we give you, oh god, that is super expensive. Giving you more armor than that. Standard construction. So we could really just do these two changes for super cheap. Increased soft attack dramatically, piercing as well, breakthrough and defense, and by getting extra sloped we give it. Yeah, breakthrough goes up by 0.78, defense just 0.05, armor by 2.57, piercing 0.49, and soft attack by 0.33, and hard attack 0.09. Okay, so we'll call this Type 94 Tanket A. Let's save it, and it's super cheap as an upgrade. So if we switched this tankette to the new one, you can upgrade almost 5 per day. The reason why I'm thinking about this is that right now, if we switched you to the reconnaissance that gives extra defense, breakthrough 4.88, and the tankette now gives breakthrough 2.46, soft attack 1.07, soft attack here. Wow, the armored cars are just so much better. That's really disconcerting. Armor 2.26. At least they get a bit more armor here. And I believe the tankettes consume dramatically less fuel as well, right? Yeah, they do. How many tankettes would you need? Like 7. Yeah, we would need 775. So we're missing about 150 now. So we'll start constructing these ones, and once we have enough for our infantry, I'll start converting them. Sounds about right. Actually, we do have a lot of these armored cars. Could you be... How many would the infantry need? 300. That would help them quite significantly. Tank at 250. We need to do something with the horse cavalry before the start of the war. We don't really have other use for them then, unless we do it. Is there anything else that we can do that would help us with tankettes? Fundamental tank design. What does this one do? It gives tank tech research, lowered IC cost, and tank design costs are lowered. Christie suspension, soft attack lowered, reliability lowered, but it's faster. The standard gearbox would be good. I think the simple one is actually hurting us when it comes to the tankette. Yeah, it just lowers everything. So we'll need to replace those with a standard gearbox eventually. But now really there isn't much to do. What about you? Because slightly more IC, but use less fuel, and that is really good, and have a higher reliability. So we need to get you off the table. The Kurogen Type 95. Come on, get in there and fight! I think they drop out when the organization is below 1, which for us is a big issue. Okay, monthly population is increased by 10%. Yeah, we barely can keep in combat. That is really bad. We find that we need the trucks. It's really just the extra unit that we're recruiting here, isn't it? Light vehicles. How many transport trucks do you have? None. And you have 437. And you have 159. So if we cancel the plan to actually get you, that lowers it by 635 the demand. So let's do it for now, because we otherwise won't make it, and we need to change the current tank divisions to a better template. We really need to change it to motorized infantry, and that alone is gonna cost us 90. Oh, if we did it like this, that's 270 additional. And this will be 360 additional, and boost the organization by about twice. What if I just gave it like that? That would increase the organization to 3 and it cost a ton of extra thing, but only 240. So that might be a better way to go, because you guys, if I upgrade all of you, we're just getting 2.2 and it costs 360. But if you add a completely new one, it costs only 240, and we have the rest. We get the infantry equipment, field uniforms, machine guns, mortar teams, infantry guns, and it also makes you significantly stronger. So let's start with this, and eventually we can start switching them. This would be 330, and the organization would increase to 3.2, 3.5 like this. So that's 300, 420, and right now we have a deficit of 422 with 200 days wait time. How much time do we have before the start of the war? We just finished the war minister. The next one is Kokura Arsenal, and that one takes 63 days. So that's long. Then we have 21 days of the Defend the Empire. Then we have 5 days Seize Changpei, and then Reinforcing Soviet Border is 28 days, and then Marco Polo Bridge Incident is 14. So it's 63 and 21, that's 84, 89, 109, 116, and we have 130 days. We get 10 extra factories. If I went crazy and added all of them over here, because we will be fine with the light vehicles now, and I will got you some extra factories from something else, we would be able to get to about 4 trucks per day. I still feel like but we desperately need these 2 at least. Okay, horse transports will be done in 59 days. That's fine. We really don't need these ones anymore. I mean, we'll need them eventually, but if we went like this, is there anything else that we wanted to do? Support equipment. Yeah, I can take one from support equipment. No, recon, we need at least one there. Amphibious, cavalry, anti-air, that's... Okay, we're almost at one per day, so we'll deal with that. Infantry guns, mountain artillery, that's fine. Yeah, we wanted to start produce the medium bombers, but we're building some factories, so one of them is gonna come there, and then a couple more. Yeah, okay, I mean... That means we'll half it to 200... Let's go in 150 days. So, with that, we're gonna be on time. But these divisions are pretty much useless if we don't get some extra... Can we requisition trucks or something? I don't think we can. The efficiency will increase a lot too, but... Man, we'll be really pushing it. If I stole a bit from you and you... Okay, let's steal 2 from you and 2 from you. That means we're already getting more now. And we'll put them back now once we get the factories. Wait, what did I take the 2 from? 2 were from light artillery and 2 were from horse transports. Yeah, but we'll get that. I'll get that later. Primary is you, so we could go all the way like this. Trucks are a nightmare, man. Trucks are a nightmare. Okay, so next was the Kokura Arsenal. Artillery foundries. We're still making one. That was a mistake. We don't need this anymore. So I'll just put you down there and we'll work on just you guys. We'll need the engine one though. Definitely, because we have... Yeah, we're already short on engine factories. Jesus. Well, it's only gonna get worse. How long does it take to get the engine factory running? 7,000. 21st of September. July. August. Yeah, well, okay, we'll get it just about at the right time, but we'll need at least one more. Holy hell, this is stressful. And we got enough for the Theorist. And I think I'm gonna be sorry about that, but we really need a naval guy. So let's get a naval theorist. Did we finish some ships? Yes, we have a cruiser submarine here. So I can assign it to the correct navy and I can have you guys drill. You are still drilling. You're already drilled. You are still drilling, giving us the much needed experience, but I'd much rather save the fuel. So I'll assign these 3 ships to the navy that's drilling. You're already done. Yep. Well, okay. Let's just give it... Oh, and we're missing a ton of rubber, so time to start importing more. Because 6 is actually something that we're gonna be sorry about. Amazing job. We're we're stressed and behind on production. What was I expecting? I mean, this is the hardest difficulty. And here comes the next factory, 21st of July. So what are we now constructing? The airfield. 8th of April. Okay, that's a bit late for our purposes. Okay, but you're getting better. You're already at 2.46 per day, and it's gonna increase dramatically. 0.16 per day. So what does it say now? 166 days. Yeah, so now we're definitely on time with what we have, but not with what we need. Can we freaking attack you? We can, but we're not gonna get too far with this. It's just so... That's just so sad, you know. Having solo organization. I did not realize that when I was designing it. What a epic fail. I'm gonna fix it. It's nothing, but... It's just funny, that's all. Come on guys, get in there. We need you. Fight, 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 fight. Can we make up our mind about whether we want to attack or not? I mean, at least the units are replenishing their organization quickly. God damn it, I'm such a moron. How did I not realize that? What? Medium tank, light tank, headquarters detachment, reconnaissance. Wait, let me just end this episode by checking if there is any other detachment that we could assign that would actually help with this. Combat engineers, lower organization. So that's not, yeah, you... Everybody lowers organization. That's interesting. I think that's a change. I don't remember that being the case before, but well, it's funny nonetheless. If we eventually upgrade all of you to motorized, no, motorized. We'll have 4, which okay, that is actually not all that bad. It will require 600 additional motorized equipment, and we'll get something from the heavy artillery, I think, because it said that they're lowering organization. So either we're gonna get something from it, or it's gonna stop giving us such a high malus. So either way, that's gonna be nice. Okay, that's all for this episode. Thank you very much for joining me. Now I'll see you next time with more Empire of Japan. Hopefully with some better news than our tank divisions being effectively neutered by us overloading them with equipment. God damn it.